Yo, what's up with it? This your boy Noonie, and this is Leo in the third house, back with another reading. This is going to be another pick a card reading. We're going to be asking the question, what are your natural talents? So I want to ask this question to basically see what are you naturally good at? And that way we can use that to empower ourselves and use it to your advantage. You might be already using it for your advantage. You just might not be consciously aware of it. So I might be pulling on some things that you aren't aware of and that you just be unconsciously doing and that are to your benefit. So, what am I about to say? Oh, thanks to all those people who be liking, sharing, subscribing, new subs, them faithful old subs. Yeah, what's up with y'all, man? Glad that y'all still here with me. And some of the new people, I'm glad that y'all are here with me. And for those people who just be coming through sometimes, seeing me coming down a timeline and just want to see what I'm talking about, what's up with you? Hey, so stop doing too much talking. I'm thankful for all that other stuff that everybody else be doing. I try not to keep mentioning like the money because it don't matter, but I do appreciate it. So, pile one. This is this little doll, right? So I put this doll here because I stepped on it. And so because my daughter just has it everywhere, in her room, my room, the kitchen floor, the living room floor, the bathroom floor, her floor, doesn't matter. It's just gonna get stepped on. So I figured, let's put it here. Then we got petrified wood. Can you see that? Petrified wood. Then we got Amazonite. Right? And then we got the cellmate wand. You need to see that up close. All right. Can I stand that up? Yep. All right, so pick your pile. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm gonna get started on pile 1. Well, what's your natural talent? Boom, pile 1. So, pile 1. What is your natural talent? 4th house, Virgo. Okay, so that's Virgo's home too. Okay, boom. Boom. Okay. Virgo in home, I see. Harmony. Okay, hold on. So you could be a Leo, a Gemini, a Scorpio. I got Gemini energy. I got Aries energy. I got Leo energy again. So, I mean, there's some other signs here too, like Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. But I'm getting more Leo and Gemini energy. Or Virgo. So you could be one of these or have these heavily in your chart, right? So, what I'm getting from this is you're a very supportive person. Right? Your person is very creative, has a lot of ideas, could have a lot of things going at once, which is a lot of Gemini energy, right? But I get that you're very supportive of other people because Virgo is a sign of service. Leo is a sign of protecting of people that you care about and you love, like treasuring your closest relationships, treasuring the people who basically kind of exalt you or people who value you. So you have this energy of being very charismatic and warm and caring and giving, and you use your creative abilities to help other people. So this is more like your creative ideas to help other people. You give people a sense of stability. So it's you're reliable. You might have that perfectionist area, perfectionist problem where you feel like you always have to get it right. But for the most part, I feel like you really do because you're very passionate. That's what a lot of people notice about you. That's how you reach a lot of people. You know how to get into harmony and balance with people. So you could be a Libra as well, or just have good air, heavy air placements in your chart somewhere. Because what I'm getting is you really know how to fit in where people need them to be at. It's you can see where they're having a weakness and you help them, gain stability in that area. And it's you naturally know how to give them the push. You help them gain new opportunities using your own creative abilities or using your creative way of thinking. It's like understanding complex. It's you can have multiple thoughts going at once And so sometimes you might, it's like an energy of you sometimes getting confused with your thoughts, or not necessarily confused of like, it is confusion, but it's also like this energy of you listening, but also being somewhere else, like kind of like thinking multiple thoughts at one time while interacting with people. And then, so sometimes people notice that about you, but that's like a natural skill you have, like being able to like focus on multiple things at one time and being able to see where there's weakness or where there's areas that need to be fixed, and you get in there. It's like you know how to actually like float in there. It's like a easy flow, a easiness that you get, that you give off when you get in there, and you're really supportive. Like that's a natural gift that you have here, being very supportive. You know, you help wake people up. You know, but it's only like it's like a you fix things, you fix it for them. You basically kind of I know I say you give them stability because we have home here, right? And this deals with like foundations, your roots, right? But I'm getting like the way that you talk to people is very passionate. You know, it's very supportive. You know, it's very nurturing. You know, and then the way that you help them, because it's like you Virgo, is like I said, is of service. So you're a person who's like of service to other people, and you have talents, multiple talents that you share either with the world or you share with people who are very close to you because of home. You know, so it's like you make people feel at home, and there's this like this boundless feeling of harmony when they're around you. It's nurturing, it's support. It's like you help open their heart. You know, so that's one of your natural talents, one of your natural gifts that you have. You're also a person who seems to always have the answers. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you're a person who seems to always have the answers. You know, you could be a bit stubborn. You could be a visionary. That might be what you give people, this idea of hope or forward motion, forward thinking. You know, but it's like you're very, because this Leo energy and this Gemini energy is like very curious, but very intellectually stimulating and very warm and inviting. You know, it's just the feeling of you being that type of person, like very warm and inviting, very talkative, very inquisitive, very curious. You know, you got questions, you got answers. You know, you're a person who can think of like complex theories or complex thoughts. You know, you're also someone who, you know, speaks genuine and gives genuine gestures, you know, when people are around. So that's why people feel at home with you. And that's what also gives you this, that's that Virgo energy here. It's like planning, perfection. It's like kind of like you know what it is that's needed for the right moment. You know, you could be a party planner or a party promoter or something like that. Someone who does parties. Maybe family comes to you for like to do parties or to do like, you know, shindigs or whatever. If they want to do get-togethers, they're like, hey, you know, why don't you you know, set it up for us because you know what to do. And that's kind of like the energy of it. Like everybody knows that you're very supportive, you know, that you're very, or like very in touch with your emotions or very in touch with your heart space. Like you lead with was it ingenuity? With genuineness. That's what it is. Couldn't get it. So you might have that issue sometimes with pronouncing the words correctly, because because it bothered me that I did that, and that's like a perfectionistness. So that might be something that might stumble you a little bit, but it's endearing because that's like this energy of like people just recognize that you're very passionate and very supportive about what it is that you have going on, and it's like you speaking from the heart space. You know, we got sacral chakra twice, so there's a lot. It's like a natural energy of you being very creative, and then you have Gemini energy here, which is like I want to call it an intellectual genius. You know, which it could also be Aquarius, but this is Gemini here because Gemini has the ability of keeping complex ideas and multiple complex ideas and thoughts going at one time while simultaneously understanding them all, which is beyond me. You know, no, it's not beyond me. No, it's not, but it's a great feat when you really think about it. You know, to be able to hold that much information at one time and be able to like recognize all those thoughts, that's a hard feat. But anyway, so that's part of your natural talents, right? And then you have this energy of people see you as an authority figure, you know, because you have the emperor here, and they see you as someone who doesn't necessarily give up on situations, you know, because we have the death in reverse. Death in reverse usually means not allowing situations to transform. So we get this energy of you like not allowing people to give up, not allowing people to quit, you know, not allowing people to, you know, play victim is the energy I get, you know, because you also have this here, the selfishness with emotions. You know, so it's like you don't allow people to be this way. It's like you allow people to open up because you're leading with your heart. This is your natural talent. This is how you connect with people. You give them harmony. This is a trine. Trine in astrology represents a easygoing motion. So you give off an easygoing vibe. You're a really relaxed person. You can tend to be a person who's a little bit judgmental, but you're more of a person who thinks about the right way to do things, and you know how to basically assist others and get people moving forward. And this gives people this level of stability. And like I said, you do it with nurturing, and you do it from the heart, with a lot of passion and a lot of zest, you know what I mean? And it's like people feel grounded and root, because you have a root chakra here and you have fourth house, which is home, so people just really feel stable around you, and it's just easy going. That's your natural talent here, of making people feel comfortable, stable, inspiring them, giving them wisdom. You're a wisdom teacher. You teach people basically how to end cycles the right way, but you don't allow them to quit on themselves. And there's an energy of you opening people up emotionally. You're a visionary. So you teach people to look forward, to look forward by nurturing them and supporting them, and then giving them passion through words, through communication, Gemini energy. So you use some type of creative talent to give people passion. You use it because this Athens has represented for multiple talents. She has multiple creative talents, but sometimes she has the tendency to use them for selfish gain, but she doesn't have to. And the advice on that is to always use the creative abilities to help others. You will get a lot more done, and sometimes it's also a sign of not having too many things going on at once. So you could be someone who does that, and that's a natural talent, ability of you being able to juggle multiple things at once, not necessarily just thoughts, but actually multiple projects, multiple diets, workouts, whatever. You can multitask very well. That's what Athens also represents. So what else did I get? I think that is what I got for Power 1. So, Power 1, this is your reader. Thanks for watching. This is your boy Noonie. This is Leo in the third house. Can you see that? Boom. Power 2. This is your arena. So, Power 2. What, put that there. Okay. Okay. So, signs we have Cancer, Taurus, and possibly Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Could be. All right. So what I'm getting is okay. So your natural ability is definitely to change people's principles about emotional well-being, like the feeling of needing to guard themselves. So you have Chiron and we have Mercury. This has to do with thoughts. So, and it has to do with principles. So healing thoughts and principles, changing them. Chiron usually represents the element. It's like some astrologers say that it has to do with like a long-term healing effect. Like it's something that you suffer for like, it could take a lifetime to heal. And it represents like a subconscious area where it's an insecurity that you've dealt with for a very long time that might have been hidden, or that you've known about but just haven't quite, fully addressed it, because it takes a while for you to really get the information and the understanding of how to fix it. And so it also comes through because Chiron in the he was a centaur, I believe. Is that how you pronounce it? Centaur or centaur? And he represented a healing centaur. He wasn't like the other ones who would normally fight. The centaurs, they were pretty intelligent people anyway, but this one used it for healing. So he was also rumored to have immortality that he gave away to Prometheus, I think, to save him. But anyway, without going too far, all right, Chiron represents also healing, like healing that wound that took a lifetime to build. So you're a person who's actually took a lot of time to take time out to heal. And so Sharon represents healing and expressing that healing, like expressing through experiences of healing. So it's like a wound that you've healed, you've had it for years, and you share it with Mercury through your thoughts, your communication, and your principles, the way that you live your life, the way that you know, basically like kind of like protect your emotions, but the way that you also, because Cancer in this card, the Knight, the card the Knight, right, represents it's stuff with the moon and Pluto. And the moon and Pluto in this area of Cancer has like a protectiveness of like emotion, but like it's like very intense because the moon is in its natural home in Cancer. And you know, Pluto works, you know, well with, you know, with the moon. They do this thing with your emotional, like your emotional well-being changes, but in an empowerment way, because Pluto comes to empower where you have insecurities. And so you're a person who does a lot of communicating through healing. You might be a tarot reader because we got divination and inspiration and then ambition. So this is third eye chakra. So this is like using your intuition to provide intuition and using divination and then healing and communicating. You could be a tarot reader. All right, my bad. All right, so yeah, you could be a tarot reader, or you could just be psychic, you know, someone with very good intuition, but you communicate through like the experiences that you've already had, the traumas and the deep sea pain that you deal with, and you communicate these with thoughts. Could be a Gemini as well, because this is Mercury, so the planet Mercury could be Gemini or Virgo, so you could be one of those signs as well. I get that you have like a natural ability of like self-empowerment through following your own intuition. These are one of your natural skills. And these are what actually led you to this level of like, I want to say like financial gain or some type of stability, because it's like you're seeing fruits of your labor from it, having this drive and ambition. And this came from finding your own self-identity. You know, when you see solar plexus, I see it twice. So that means that you're very strong and very much in your power. You know, this is a natural talent that you have of basically being like a self-initiated, either a healer or self-initiated person when it comes to like taking life, you know, taking control of things in your life. You know, you're a person who seeks out opportunities because you feel strong within yourself. And it's probably because of this deep-seated healing. And then you have believing in the impossible. So you're definitely a person who believes in yourself. Now you could, because we also got the Hierophant here too. So you could very well be a pastor, a preacher. You could be someone who's into the occult or someone who's into religious beliefs, you know, for sure. And we have the King of Cups upright, right? King of Cups, that means that this, all right. All right, so, and you have don't let your past hold you back. So check it. All right, so you're very much a deep healer, deep thinker. Person communicates very, very good, very well. And you're very well communicating your thoughts, your principles, and your feelings. All right. You can also communicate in the experiences that you've been through to help other people. You provide inspiration through following your intuition. All right. And divination. All right. And it doesn't have to be tarot. It could be, you know, chicken bones. It could be runes. It could be anything. You know, but you do this more so through, or it could just be through any belief. It could be astrology. That's also considered like a form of divination. All right. So it could be that, but you're someone who doesn't allow their past to hold them back, and this came from the healing that you've had. This is like a natural ability. So you've probably already healed yourself, or the words that you speak to other people. So it had to come from you healing yourself, because the only way for you to be able to speak this experience to other people is because you've already been through the experience yourself. That's what Sharon represents. Represents you already experiencing the situation, you know, or being through the like very similar hurts, very similar pains, and then being able to communicate the feelings that you have in an intent to teach other people to guard their heart and you know, an intent to teach other people to empower themselves in their own emotions or empower themselves through their own feelings. All right, you're an inspiration. You know, you're a person who teaches people to release like the tension or the worry or the grief that they're carrying, you know, because the Sharon is a healing. So you're like a deep healer. All right. And you're a healer that comes from experience. And your experience is what you're able to share and vocalize and verbalize with this Mercury energy, you know, right next to it. You know, and then you have Pluto energy as well, which is very transformative energy. So the words that you speak and the healing that you provide with people is very transformative. Right. It changes their emotional state. All right. It helps relieve tension and allows them to let go of their past, you know. So, like I said, you could be a person who does a lot of studying as well, because the Hierophant could be a study. So you could be a person who's very much into studying, practices, understands traditions, and some unorthodox traditions. Like you're well rounded when it comes to information. So you could be a person who's multi, like you might know some things off the internet. You might know some natural remedies. You might know natural life hacks. Or just different ways of healing. So it doesn't necessarily always have to do with divination, but you could be someone who deals with divination. And because I said you have the King of Cups, that makes you very emotionally intelligent. And that's where this is all leading you to be like a deep healer, because you understand the emotional aspect of all things here. And so you're a person who leads with the heart. That's really where it's at. You lead with the heart, but you make practical decisions. And these are your natural talents. So, pile 2, this is what I got. So, thanks for watching. This is your boy Noonie, and this is Leo in the 3rd house. Pile 3, this is your reading. So, pile 3, what are your natural talents? Okay, so y'all could be psychics. Yeah, you guys could be the psychics. So, you guys are the ones who, you have strong intuition, very strong intuition. This is what leads you into like material goods, into wealth. This is what gets you your abundance. You just trust in yourself, because you have discern and you have trust in the solar plexus, right? And that just means personal power. And just doubled up, that means you have intense personal power, and it's because you're trusting in your intuition. You're a person who can see through, look, discernment and disillusion. That lets me know basically that you can see through whatever bullshit is going on. You're also a person who's very creative. Well, I'm not gonna say super creative, but you are a person who's very creative, and you have a little bit of intuition here as well with this Page of Cups. So you are a creative person. You're also imaginative. So you have like an expansive way of thinking. Because we have Sagittarius energy here with precipice. So you have like a new mode of thinking. It seems kind of out there, like not like Aquarius energy. It seems like it's on to the next thought, like on to the next experience. It seems not innovative. It seems like you can see ahead of others. And this is definitely intuition, you know what I mean? Because it's like you trust in yourself. You're a person who's a risk taker as well. Like you'll basically attack conflicts and struggles. And this is how you get through your material gain. Like wherever there's a door shut, you're a person that basically goes through it, So it's like what steps to take, because there's a balancing. So there's like I get an energy of like a slow and steady, but it's like an easing. It means like I take 2 steps forward, I might have to take a step back. I'll take 2 steps forward, I might have to take a step back. Like you just know what steps to take for yourself to produce the results that you're looking for. So you're always looking for, like, I want to say tension or stress. You're like aware of it. And that's where you actually take the leap. Whenever there's like a hard time, maybe you're very optimistic, and it might seem a bit impractical the way that you do things. Because that's the feeling, because it's like there's like in other people's minds, it's kind of like you're being not whimsical, but you're just being maybe over not maybe I mean maybe too hopeful. Like you're not really aware of what the world has out there, but it's like you really already trust in yourself, and you have a discernment and already knowing like what's in your best interest. Because sleeper is a feeling of like having a higher knowing. It's also like being paranoid. So but it's just and we call it paranoid, but it's really just your intuition on like overload. You're just aware. You have like a super sensitive awareness of like what's going on. You could be a Pisces, because we do got Pisces energy here, or you could be an Aries or a Sagittarius. Yeah, we got Pisces energy. So we got Pisces energy here twice. So that would make you highly, highly intuitive. So you don't necessarily like the last card, the last deck we were just doing was they could have been like tarot readers or just people who did some type of inspiring. But you are more like a person who has a natural ability of knowing where they need to be in order to get the results that they're looking for. You know, you peep out the areas where there's a little bit of stress or where there's a little bit of worry, where there's tension, and you use a lot of your willpower to get to move forward to get the things that you're looking for, the finances, the stabilities, the home, like the security, the look. You know what I mean? You want, you know, because second house is about your possessions, you know, how you're seen in the world through possessions. And so you're a person who knows how to get it, but it's like you follow your own inner guidance. You have your own inner guidance, and it might look risky to other people, and it might look like it might be a conflict or a struggle, but that's where all the stability and all the wealth and all the fortune and fame you would be looking for would be where the struggle and strife is, because that's how you build the better story. That's how you build what you're really looking for through stress. You build strength, you know, like when you're building weights, when you're lifting weights, you have to have resistance to build the muscles up. So in order to get, you know, something of value, there has to be resistance. So you're a person who knows how to handle resistance with an optimistic mind, you know, because you already trust in yourself. So you don't have to think too much about anything. You just kind of go at things. And that can be sometimes to your detriment, but it always pans out in the end, you know, because you really know what to do for you, you know, and disillusionment means that you're not under the spell of other people's thoughts or gossips. And nine of swords can sometimes mean gossips or worrying about other people's thoughts, or worrying about other people's words, you know, and it could be also anxiety or overthinking, you know, beating a dead horse. Well, not beating a dead horse. It could just be just trapped in your thoughts, obsessive thinking, you know what I mean? But and the nine of swords, in this case, I'm feeling like that's not it. You know what I mean? Like you're a person who sees through the delusions or the illusions because you have sleeper over top of all this. So you're very intuitive, just naturally intuitive for yourself. So you just naturally know what to do. And, you know, and it's just that that's pretty much it. That's the gist of it for real. You're just someone who really knows what to do. You know, when one door closes, conclusion within reach means a door closes, and you may need to decide whether it's worth waiting for the door to open, or crying at the door, or moving forward to the next opportunity. So that's you, the person who basically moves to the opportunity, and you have balancing spirituality with practicality. So that's like taking a break, you know, or just combining the energies of masculine and feminine energy, knowing when to relax and chill, because you have a natural knowing of knowing when to relax and chill, and knowing when to go full pace and, you know, really put some effort and some optimistic and some passion and some, you know, drive towards, because this is Sagittarius energy. Precipice is Sagittarius energy. This is the more evolved fire sign. You know, it's the older one. So he's the one that's probably figured it out. Not necessarily that the other ones haven't. You know, I'm just saying that the Sagittarius energy is of a wisdom, like a higher knowing. They're the one who runs out to go get information. So you could be a person who really thrives off of experiences and learning through actually doing. And that's a natural talent that you have. You know, so you have this energy of growing through conflict. That's a natural ability. So whenever you have conflict, you grow. You take in the lessons, you take in the information, and you discern what is worth it, what's going to give you some strength, or what's going to empower you. You keep those things, and you get rid of what it doesn't matter to you, or what doesn't work for you. You know, you're a person who basically just trusts. You know, other people might be wondering like what happens. You're just a person who's just like, you know, I'm gonna go for it. And that's it. You just trust in yourself, you know, and it always pans out for you. Because conclusions within reach also means that situations could pan out for you the way that you would like them to. You know what I mean? And it's fiery energy as well. So you could be a fire sign pretty much, but you don't have to be. You're just someone who goes with what they feel and makes it happen. You know, it's stress and it's some conflicts that you may encounter, but you know what things to, you know, to what to do with things. You know where to put things. You know how to basically just deal with them. You know, you will. It's like weighing your options. You will power through. You persevere through optimism and through following your own footsteps. You knowing what you want to do. You know, you're not disillusioned to how other people are feeling. You don't let other people hold you back from making moves. It's like you're very independent of yourself. You have a lot of self-power within yourself. Got Taurus energy here too, so you could be a Taurus. Yeah. Yeah, but you're definitely a little bit of a creative here. You have like creative ways of doing things. You know, it's like because it's the Page of Cups, this will give it a beginner's mind, you know. So you're like open to new opportunities with the beginner's mind of like seeing things through the, you know, through the eyes of a child when you're into new experiences. Maybe you're really into new experiences, and that's what always leads you into your abundance as well. But it's just this energy of really trusting yourself, knowing your own power, trusting in your, you know, in your intuition, and knowing what to do when it's time to do it. You know, and it's like you'll handle the conflict through willpower and optimism. You know, you're one person that when one door closes, you keep looking for opportunities, new chances, new chances, new chances. You're not a person that gives up. You know, you're very practical. So you could be a person, like I said, who's into spirituality pretty heavy. I mean, you are if you're here in tarot, but I mean, like, you're into like your spiritual beliefs very tough, you know. So I'm getting like you balance out, like, you know, maybe working a job and working at your passion project, or you could be a person who kind of like, because it's feeling like some days you're really on, and then some days you're not. You know what I mean? It's like you might just be laying back. So like, you know, you might, I don't know, sleep for a weekend, sleep for a week. You know, days that things could be getting done, you're not doing it. You know, but it's a natural ability of when it's time, you know what to do, and so you get it done. You know what I mean? With this open mind. You know, so that's what I got. Pile three. So thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and this is Leo in the third house. So, boom. Pile four. This is your reading. So, pile four. What is your natural talent? What are your natural talents? Okay, could be a guru of some sort. Devotion, emotions. Oh, that's gonna be a difficult one. What are we saying here? What are we saying here? Let's put these down here. Your natural talent. Okay. So, I get you being an inspiration for sure, but I'm getting something about challenging sexuality or challenging like belief systems, like preconceived notions about how people should be. So I get like you're breaking the barrier of maybe a societal view, because it feels like your fortune is attached to you being some type of spiritual guru. So you definitely have to have some type of understanding here. You have a platform because you have altar. So you have some type of platform here. All right, and this picture represents sharing your creative abilities and emotionally touching other people. So you have a platform where you share your emotional capabilities with other people, and it has to do with the like fulfilling the expectations of others. And you got Six of Pentacles here as well, and Nine of Cups here. And so I'm getting just like a charity to kind of like fix up people who are dissatisfied. It's like an energy of like giving back to people who are dissatisfied with their circumstances. Now, but it's through sharing your emotions. You could be a Cancer, you could be a Scorpio, you could be a Pisces, you could be a Scorpio. Yeah, I got a lot of water energy here. All right. But you have like a lot of insight. You have a natural intuition, and you have the moon here, so you could be a Cancer. All right. And we have Vesta. I'm not for sure what Vesta is, so I need to look that up later when I get some time. But I'm getting this being what is that? Mercury and Uranus? Yep, I think that would be no, Pluto and Uranus. So this is like unexpected emotions. Okay. So you're helping people out with dealing with unexpected emotions or dealing with traumas. Maybe that's who you are. Because you also got working through fears. So you might be someone who helps people work through traumas. You're like a spiritual guru or a spiritual teacher because you got guru. So you could be a spiritual teacher and you help people through challenging mental conflicts, dealing with their impulses, dealing with their lack of actually drive or wanting to go through. You provide insight for other people. It's coming in clear now. Okay, you provide you provide insight for other people through some type of spiritual base that you have. You could be a yoga and teacher, or yogi in general, or some type of spiritual practice that you have. It's a higher wisdom, higher understanding, but it's like you're very inspirational and you help people work through mental challenges naturally. So you're a person who uh, deals with your emotions in a way where you're really devoted to like your either your sexuality. You're really whole. I get this energy of like truly accepting yourself. That's what you teach other people naturally as well. It's just truly accepting yourself. It's a natural ability of you being like very comfortable with yourself and having a platform of teaching other people, or having um, this energy of teaching other people. It's like people see you as that, as like they naturally see you as like someone who's not prophetic, but someone who is and higher authority. It just comes natural to you. It's like you automatically assume control, in terms of like helping others heal, helping others, work through their emotions. You have this energy of devoting to people that you care about, and there's an energy of devoting yourself to challenges, in terms of like enlightening other people and working them through their fears, helping them work through their challenges, their emotional troubles, their emotional traumas. There's energy of you helping them work through that. We have faith in your dreams, and I'm seeing that more of like intuitive, because dreams are like in the future. So you could be a person who is like farsighted, or it could be a visionary as well. I would get that visionary energy as well, but you have a lot of insight, and you help people work through mental issues. Or you just help, you just understand complex ideas when it comes to mental spaces. You understand verbal challenges. You understand communication challenges. You understand information challenges where people may not get the same information that you have, or may not know how to acquire the same information that you have. You're a person that knows how to get it. You're a person who follows their impulses. Like you naturally know when to move for yourself as well. But I get more of like and maybe it's come from like meditation. Because you have this tendency to be comfortable alone, but you know how to share with people. The Six of Pentacles energy is kind of sticking out to me, because the way I was told about it, as I was reading about them over time, like years ago, maybe a couple months ago, I reread it again. But what they were saying is the Six of Pentacles guy was really an upper class type of person. So you have this ability of like being higher authority to other people, but you don't act as such. You're very humble. And so they were saying how the guy in the Six of Pentacles lives in the castle in the background. There's a castle back here in the back. They say that he lives in the castle and he's up really with the nobility, but he comes out and he gives money. This is his way of giving back. And some people call it breadcrumbs, but whatever. Everybody has their own opinion. But you come back and you give back. It's like this humbleness of not forgetting where you came from. So it's this ability that you have of giving to others who are less fortunate than you. You're very giving, very devoting, very devoted. It's like you devoted to a cause. All right. But I'm getting this energy of you being like a natural, spiritual, enlightened person. You're very inspirational naturally. You're a person who's not afraid. It's like you're not afraid of the unknown. I get this energy of you being very emotionally like developed. That's what I'm really just getting. It's like very emotionally developed, and comfortable within your own space. So you're not like a person who needs to, worry about how other people are perceiving them. Because even though altar is usually about doing the right thing or doing what other perceive to be the right thing, so you're not a person that really focuses on that. You have the energy here of being that way. So it's like you can go back and forth, and sometimes maybe that kind of gives you this energy of being disappointed or frustrated or unsatisfied. But I don't see that being too big of an issue for you. I see it more so as because like you're breaking the beliefs of other people, and that's where you usually follow your impulse. It's like you might fluctuate between being how people think you are You know, when you're healing, maybe you heal in a certain specific way, you know, but then you have this natural ability to like challenge that status quo, or challenge that. You know, it's like you've done both ways. I kind of get the energy of you being both ways. Maybe you were like a Muslim and then a Christian, or like a Christian, then you went to maybe being an atheist. So you went from, you know, maybe being holistic, you know what I mean, or you know, just, you know, whatever it is that it's like, because it's the energy of you once putting on facade and not having to keep it on, but you know how to like play the role if you need to. You know, that's something I'm kind of picking up here. But it does that you really much do help people as well. So maybe I don't see it as you being phony. I'm seeing it more as like, maybe let's say for instance you're a pastor and you smoke weed, and you may not want your, you know, your what was it, flock, or your I can't think. I just got off work. I ain't gonna use work as an excuse. I just can't think right now. All right, but let's say that, you know, you don't want, you know, your church to know that, you know, you're smoking weed. You don't want them to look at you in a bad light, as if the information you're giving them is false. You know, so that's kind of the energy here, is where like you'll put on the face of doing what other people you expect you to do in order to give them the healing and the help that they need. But you know, you're able to challenge that belief because you have like a universal belief, you know, or a different type of belief that, you know, you work through. You've done like a lot of work to figure out on your own, you know, because guru means that they did a lot of work, they did a lot of understanding of it, you know, and they're able to actually explain it to other people. So you're a person that can explain these challenging ideas and these challenging thoughts to people and help them work through their fears to achieve their dreams. All right, and you do this by putting on, you know, maybe like a mask to kind of like blend in, or give them the air of like, you know, superiority to them. You know, you might have a platform, but it's just something natural. It's like you just naturally elevate above people, you know, and they automatically just respect your word, you know, and because you're very healing with it and you're very devoted to your cause when you do take up a cause. You know, you do seem to just follow your impulses, or follow your feelings as well. But it's slightly like an intuitive feeling as well, but it's more of like you do get clarity. You do have clarity here, and it is some groundedness to it. But so I'm getting like this could be water sign energy, because it's like a slow and steadiness. It's like I'm grounded, but I'm passionate, and then I'm just following my feelings to get there. You know, so it could be a water sign. This could be the water sign power here. But it is this energy of just kind of like being laid back, or just, you know, comfortable alone, comfortable to yourself, you know, just really knowing how to like, I want to say just like take care of yourself here. Because that's really the energy here, is like knowing how to take care of yourself, but also knowing how to take care of other people as well. It's like a devotedness to your own feelings, your own self-discipline, your own emotions, your family, your feelings. Like it's a natural ability you have here of just like kind of like taking the reins, taking control, you know, and you know, especially in emotional matters, you know, or taking control when it comes to like communicating higher thoughts or higher thinking. It's just a natural ability of thinking higher and inspiring other people to think higher and work through, you know, emotions, work through fears, work through traumas that you've already experienced, you know. Keep believing. You're one of those people that keep believing. You know, you have this abundance mindset that just naturally, maybe you just always feel comfortable. It's just the energy of you just always feeling comfortable, not worried. You know, maybe, I don't see if you could be worried, because this isn't a sign of being worried when it has Saturn and Mercury. It's just more like your thoughts are more, your thoughts and your communication is more really like kind of restricted, where it's like, you don't, I mean, it works perfect. It's not like restricted. It's like, it's more rhetorical almost, or more like straight to the point, almost blunt, but it's not really blunt. It's like very clear, very communicative, but it's instructional. That's what I was looking for. It's instructional. So you help people heal through their emotions, through instructions, and through understanding complexity and challenging thoughts and challenging ideas. You challenge those principles, all right? But you do it through a way that you pretend that, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say pretend, that you pretend to be like them, or or you put on the look of them. You know, if that makes sense. Yeah, natural ability of just being present, present with your feelings, present with your emotions, you know, and being able to lead other people through it. Hmm. So, power four. that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the third house. Hey, so Pow 4, you get to hear what I got to say. So, as always, thank y'all, man. I'll be so, cause listen, man. I got 21 something? We got 2,000 subscribers. And I think that's really big. Cause, for real, I was like, I wonder if they gonna fuck with me like that. And they do. And I'm okay with that. And I like that. You know what I mean? I'm glad that y'all here with me on this journey. If you have a creative passion, desire, or want, just do it. Just try it. There's always gonna be somebody who's gonna like you. You can't please everybody. You don't even have to. There's no need to. You wouldn't want everybody liking you anyway. There would be no resistance to grow. So, thank you guys for hanging out. If you watched the whole video, thanks for watching the whole video. If you just watched Pow 4, I'm glad that you're still here if you hear me. And I value you for being here. I hope that these messages be helping because I'll be doing my best. And that's it. I'm just glad to be here, y'all. This is crazy. All right, so y'all have a great one. I'm about to go take a nap. Well, it's night. It's like 1 o'clock, so I'm about to go to bed. But this will be up in the morning, so when you guys see this, it'll probably be like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., something like that. And then I'm going to have another reading coming after that, so look for that, y'all. All right, I'm out.